Tim Caveman Barrett. Now, where does Caveman come from?
It actually comes from about 11 years ago. I did a promotion for Dick Smith and lived in a cave in Nepal with a view of Mount Everest and survived for 44 days on 60 jars of peanut butter.
You're not the Mars bar guy by any chance, are you?
No, we were actually just having a little bit of a quiet dig at James Scott, because if we reckoned if he could survive on 2 American Mars bars, surely somebody could survive on an Australian-owned and grown product.
And you're obviously still with us, so did well.
Yes, indeed.
Did Dick Smith make any further sales as a result of the peanut butter escapade there?
Oh, I think it actually might not have gone too bad. In fact, he did offer me a lifetime supply, but after surviving on it for 44 days, I declined that offer and just took 1 jar for posterity.
So you're obviously a man who's not shy of the odd challenge, and this one here is no sure supply. There's no shortage of just that. 4 red postie bikes trekking to Darwin. What is going on? You've got 3,000 kilometres on postie bikes trekking inland on an inland stock route, but this hasn't been done before.
That's right. We're a group of blokes. We've got 4 postie bikes, the CT 110s, and we're going to ride them up the Canning stock route, which is around about 1,800 kilometres through the longest, most isolated and arguably the toughest stock route in the entire world. It's never been done before, so we're led to believe, and so we decided that while we're doing something stupid and adventurous and a challenge, that we would also utilise that opportunity and try to raise money for supporting kids with cancer. So it's actually a self-funded trip. All of the boys are chipping in and covering all of the expenses and whatnot, and therefore any donations are 100% guaranteed to go to where they are meant to go, and that is providing respite for children with cancer.
Inspiration for the ride comes from an 11-year-old Nardia. Is it Susmich?
Yeah, it's actually Susmilch, yes.
Susmilch. Can you tell us a little bit about her story?
Yeah, look, Nardia fought a 7-year battle with cancer and sadly recently lost her life, and that was a really touching story to us. I got to know Nardia's parents pretty well, and look, it's just absolutely heartbreaking. Cancer touches everybody these days, and it just makes it that much harder when there's children involved. And so basically we realised that while Nardia sadly lost her battle, there is still a battle to be fought by so many more children with cancer. So that is Nardia's the inspiration, but the ongoing battle is really what it's all about.
Mate, it's a pretty big task now. You're not alone in this one as yourself, but there's 3 others, right?
That's correct.
Where are these guys coming from?
Well, we've got a couple of blokes that are local to me. Another mate of mine, I was out in Africa with some many years ago. He's coming down from New South Wales to be part of it, and we've got the rest of our support crew are scattered right sort of throughout Victoria, actually.
Sounds like you got a bunch of regular or irregular, as the case might be. Bear Grylls come, I suppose the guy from, what was his name, Harrison Ford in the, help me out here.
Oh, I'm thinking, I don't know, whether the ball's rolling down.
Yeah, that's right.
See, we're going to right here, Sandy, aren't we?
Yeah, no, well, I'm just saying, when it comes to the spirit of adventure, you guys certainly have it in one hit, and you're doing it for a great cause. Of course, Indiana Jones, I'm thinking, Dr. Jones.
That's the one, yes, of course.
The Raiders of the Lost Mines, in your case. Nevertheless, it's going to be a great fun ride by the sounds of things. Where do you start up?
We start effectively in the centre of Western Australia, which is the start of the Canning stock route in a small town called Balluna. It's got about a population, I think, during daylight hours of about 3, and maybe a little bit more than that. And from there, we travel up. We finally get out at Halls Creek, if we make it up the stock route, of course. And then from there, the 1,200 kilometres and then into Darwin, to be coming into Darwin on the 2nd of September at lunchtime, and all going well under police escort.
Mate, can I ask, these postie bikes, are you in any way, shape or form beyond servicing them and making sure that the bearings are all up to speed? Are they getting any sort of modifications? I mean, are they getting a little bit more of a beefier springs put on, knobby tyres? Because, the odd post bike, beyond having to deal with the puncture wounds of an irate Cocker Spaniel, I would imagine that you're going to have to do something.
The only thing that we have done is we've put sort of semi-knobby tyres on them, which come standard with it.
Yep.
Aside from that, the only thing we're going to modify on those bikes is removing the mirrors.
What about the saddlebag? Yeah, there's no need to look behind you. I mean, when you start looking behind you, you know you've got problems. What about the saddlebags, mate? I know that it's got nothing to do with delivering the mail, but you've got to take the saddlebag, surely.
No, we're doing absolutely none of that. We're trying to keep the weight off the bikes, except for the fact that we've got a few middle-aged blokes going to be on them who are burgeoning bellies. So that, you know, we've tried to get those boys into the gym, myself included in that, I might have to add. And basically, mate, yeah, we decided that we could have modified them. We looked at it and then thought, hang on a second, we're not riding postie bikes if all of a sudden they're heavily modified.
Mate, if anything, I would like to say this to you. You're going to need more than just a touch of good luck. I think Charlie Borman and Ewan McGregor would be a couple of blokes who'd be more than interested in this particular caper of yours, knowing, well, if you're into this particular sort of caper and adventure, theirs was the long way round. Yours is certainly going to be the long way, whichever way you look at it, round and certainly up. And at this stage, how can people get on board, literally, to start putting some money towards such a great cause? And how are you going to collect money along the way too?
Basically, there won't be anybody to collect money from up the Canning stock route, but we will be. You can go to the nardias.challange.org website, and nardias is spelled N-A-D-I-Y-A-S, challange.org.
Yep.
You can donate there. It's through a secure facility through our partner, the Bendigo Bank. Of course, our major sponsor, Brew Premium Lager. During the month of August, if you buy a slab of that, you can $1 from every slab will be donated to Nardias Challenge during the month of August. So we've got quite a few things on the boil. We're trying to get some other corporate sponsors on board to chip in some money and, you know, make sure that at the end of the day we can raise as much money and obviously awareness for providing respite for kids with cancer. So the website will be there. We'll be updating blogs about every 2 days. And we will also be uploading video footage via the website, via satellite phone, about every 5 or 6 days, all going well.
4 hairy angels doing an amazing effort, making an amazing journey, and all I can say to you from our end here as Territorians go, mate, we wish you the best of luck, and you've certainly you got our support, we've got you back.
I'll tell you what, it's so appreciative of guys like yourself, Sandy, and that it just makes it so much easier for us knowing that we do have that support, and in turn that support then goes to exactly, as we keep saying, you know, providing respite for kids with cancer, and that is really what the main mission's all about.
Do us a favour, and when you're only a day or two away from beginning this crazy trek of yours, please give us a call and we'll be sure to get you back on air and give it that little bit more of a shove along as it needs, and the exposure that it sure well justly deserves. Great talking to you, Tim Caveman Barrett, and no doubt it'd be safe to say you won't be taking any peanut butter with you.
No, the peanut butter is being locked in the cabinet.
Tim, great to talk to you.
Thanks very much, Sandy. Really appreciate it.
It is our pleasure.
It's Territory Today.